O ang TGON Cool FM, ang iyong himpilan, ang iyong tahanan.
Ang anghel ng Panginoon ay nagbalita kay Santa Maria.
At siya ay naglihi, lalang ng Espiritu Santo.
Aba, Ginoong Maria, napupuno ka ng grasya. Ang Panginoong Diyos ay sumasa iyo. Bukod kang pinagpala sa babaeng lahat, at pinagpala rin naman ang iyong anak na si Jesus.
Santa Maria, Ina ng Diyos, ipanalangin mo kaming makasalanan, ngayon at kung kami mamamatay. Amen.
Darito ang alipin ng Panginoon.
Maganap nawa sa akin, ayon sa wika mo.
Aba, Ginoong Maria, napupuno ka ng grasya. Ang Panginoong Diyos ay sumasa iyo. Bukod kang pinagpala sa babaeng lahat, at pinagpala rin naman ang iyong anak na si Jesus.
Santa Maria, Ina ng Diyos, ipanalangin mo kaming makasalanan, ngayon at kung kami mamamatay. Amen.
At ang Verbo ay nagkatawang tao.
At nakipamayan sa atin.
Aba, Ginoong Maria, napupuno ka ng grasya. Ang Panginoong Diyos ay sumasa iyo. Bukod kang pinagpala sa babaeng lahat, at pinagpala rin naman ang iyong anak na si Jesus.
Santa Maria, Ina ng Diyos, ipanalangin mo kaming makasalanan, ngayon at kung kami mamamatay. Amen.
Ipanalangin mo kami, o Santang Ina ng Diyos.
Nang kami maging dapat na makinabang sa mga pangako ni Jesucristong Panginoon.
Manalangin tayo. Panginoon aming Diyos, kasihan mo nawa ang aming mga kaluluwa ng iyong mahal na grasya, at yayamang dahilan sa pamamalita ng anghel ay nakilala namin ang pagkakatawang tao ni Jesucristong anak mo, pakundangan sa mahal niyang pagpapakasakit at pagkamatay sa krus, ay papakinabangin mo kami sa kanyang pagkabuhay na magmuli sa kaluwalhatian sa langit, alang-alang kay Jesucristo ring Panginoon namin. Amen. Luwalhati sa Ama, at sa Anak, at sa Espiritu Santo.
Kapara noong sa unang-una, ngayon at kailanman, at magpasawalang hanggan.
Amen.
Amen.
Lahat ng drama, tawanan, balita, at all-time favorite music hits.
On air, online, on the ground.
Sa lungkot at ligaya, kami pa rin ang inyong kasama. We're the place where you truly belong. Mula sa TVH Group of Networks, ito ang inyong himpilan. Ito ang inyong tahanan. Number 1 sa Mega Manila.
This is koolNews at 6. You're listening on Cool FM Regional News Radio 93.1 on bringing the latest stories that care for you. I'm Stephen Iwanag-Sol, and you're still here with us for the broadcast of the ongoing elections 2025. Habemos papam. Just kidding. We have a new flight, but no, it's not a flight. It's a heavy smoke seen inside the NAIA Terminal 1. A developing story we have just received earlier today. Again, there is a white smoke, a heavy smoke inside the NAIA Terminal 1. This is a developing story. Sana naway ligtas po ang mga kababayan natin dyan. Continuing with the news, despite the mix-up of some ballots and glitches on the vote counting machines, the May 12 elections in Central Visayas were considered successful and generally peaceful. Lawyer Francisco Pobe, director of the Commission on Elections in the region, said the concerns encountered during the midterm polls were very manageable. He told the reporters, "We did experience some glitches, but we were able to restore them right away. The glitches included some VCMs that didn't work because the optical readers were dirty. The machines are very sensitive to dust. What we did was to make sure the ballots were clean before we fed them. The problems were subsequently addressed," he said. Pobe said there were also ballots wrongly delivered while others lacked a second page. He said at least 102 ballots intended for Barangay Lambason in San Remigio Town, Cebu, were delivered to Barangay Tambogon in the same town. 20 ballots meant for Argao Town, South Cebu, were also delivered to Along Greenson Town. 19 ballots for Balamban ended up in Bantayan Island, while 42 ballots intended for Barangay Paldo in Cebu City were delivered to Kandihay Town in Bohol. The ballots were sealed when they arrived here. There's no way of knowing beforehand that these ballots were brought to places where they're not supposed to be. We coordinated with the PNP and PCG to have these ballots delivered to their right locations," he added. In Mandaue City, at least 44 ballots did not have second pages. However, Pobe explained that not all voters were expected to show up, which is why the shortage of ballots was resolved. He said there will always be extra ballots because the voter turnout is never 100%. So those ballots without a second page won't be used. Instead, they will use the extra ones as it's already expected that not all registered voters will show up. Based on his observations, Pobe said the voting experience in this year's elections is smoother and better compared to the previous elections. In my personal opinion, the elections are more orderly now because the machines are nice and new. As of 1 p.m., Pobe said the voters' turnout in Central Visayas was already at 50 to 60%. We expect the number to reach 80 to 85% in the entire region, he said. Colonel R.V. Bueno, spokesperson of the Central Visayas Police, said the police did not receive any reports of any major incidents in the region. So far, the conduct of the elections in the Central Visayas is generally peaceful, he said. Okay, and once again, the PPCRV has received reports that was early. I think that was earlier. With the implementation of the early voting hours, senior citizens, persons with disabilities, and pregnant women promptly went early to their polling precincts to cast their votes. In the Sena City, Alicia Arenas at 82, a retired public school teacher, was the third voter in precinct number 1628 at Lucena South 1 Elementary School in Barangay Cota. She was accompanied by her eldest daughter. "I woke up early. I want to fulfill my obligation as a responsible citizen to choose honest and competent candidates for government positions," she told the Inquirer after she stepped out of the polling room around 5:15 a.m. The school bell rang at exactly 5 a.m. to signal the start of the voting hours exclusively for the elderly, PWDs, and pregnant women. Several members of the sectors interviewed by the Inquirer commended the Commission on Elections for implementing the voting hours from 5 a.m. to 7 a.m. exclusively for them. A family member also assisted me in finding my precinct through the Comelec online precinct finder. According to some of them, in previous elections, they were unable to vote despite their willingness to participate due to the crowding and the crowding and heat at the polling precincts while waiting for their turn. Many brought lists containing the numbers and names of the candidates they planned to vote for, so they wouldn't have difficulty finding them on the ballot. But before we go on a break for koolNews at 6, the United States and China announced Monday an agreement to drastically reduce tit-for-tat tariffs for 90 days, de-escalating the trade war that has roiled financial markets and raised fears of a global economic downturn. After their first talks since U.S. President Donald Trump launched his trade war, the world's two biggest economies agreed in a joint statement to bring their triple-digit tariffs down to two figures and continue negotiations. U.S. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent described the weekend talks with Chinese Vice Premier He Lifeng and International Trade Representative Li Chenggang as productive and robust. Bessent told the reporters that both sides showed a great respect. U.S. President Trump had imposed duties of 145% on imports for China last month. Beijing hit back with duties of 125% on U.S. goods. Bessent said the two sides agreed to reduce those tariffs by 115% points, taking the U.S. tariffs to 30% and those by China to 10%. In their statement, the two sides agreed to establish a mechanism to continue discussions about economic and trade relations. That China has hailed the substantial progress made at the talks. The dollar, which stumbled after Trump launched his tariff blitz in April, rallied on the news while U.S. stock futures soared. European and Asian markets also rallied. The trade dispute between Washington and Beijing has rocked financial markets, raising fears the tariff would rekindle inflation and cause a global economic downturn. The head of the World Trade Organization, Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, praised the talks on Sunday as a significant step forward that bode well for the future. Ahead of the meeting at the discreet villa residence of Switzerland's ambassador to the United Nations in Geneva, Trump had signaled he might lower the tariffs, suggesting that on social media that 80% tariff on China seems right. However, White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt later clarified that the U.S. would not lower tariffs unilaterally, saying China would also need to make concessions. But Trump maintained a 10% levy on most British goods and threatened to keep it in place as a baseline rate for most other countries. Before we go on a break, Joaquin Domagoso, son of Manila Mayor candidate Isko Moreno, posted a photo of himself after casting his vote for the 2025 midterm elections. Domagoso is running for a councillor of District 1 in Manila. This is your station. This is home. We will return after a short break. This is koolNews at 6.
This koolNews edition was brought to you by Jor A Supermarket, ang budget-friendly supermarket ng Pilipinas. Now in 6,900 locations around the Philippines and Southeast Asia.
Kulang sa lakas, kulang sa listo, kulang sa lambing, mag-Maxfit Cargado with proper diet at exercise. Tulong sa lakas ng katawan, listo ng isip at lambing na pangmatagalan.
Kargado ng 19 vitamins and minerals plus ginseng at royal jelly. Para kargado, Maxfit na tayo.
Lipat na sa Maxfit Cargado.
Unilab yan. Multivitamins, minerals, ginseng at royal jelly. Generic name ng Maxfit. If symptoms persist, consult your doctor.
Friend, ang rupok mo. Ikaw, di marupok? Marupok? Bakit ba ang rupok natin?
Paano? 97% ng Pinoy kulang sa calcium. Pag kulang sa calcium, pwedeng rumupok ang buto.
Di mag-calciumate na tayo. May Bone and Flexi Boosters. Tulong para strong ang bones and joints. With proper diet and exercise.
Most prescribed brand pa ng mga doktor.
Hi!
Uy, ex mo yun, di ba? Ano ako? Marupok?
Di na. Sa tulong ng Calciumate, made for a stronger you. Versus non-use with proper diet and exercise.
Alagang Unilab yan.
Minerals plus cholecalciferol vitamin D3 is the generic name of Calciumate. If symptoms persist, consult your doctor.
Bakit tiwala ako sa Biogesic for Kids? Paano yung nakasanayan naming alaga ng Biogesic? Andito rin yun ha, sa Biogesic for Kids. Tsaka yung melon flavor, naku, favorite yan ng anak ko. Sarap na sarap kaya siya. Kaya never na akong nahirapang magpainom ng gamot sa kanya. Ganyan naman kasi dapat yung gamot sa bata. Yung masarap, yung magugustuhan niya, di ba? Basta ako, sa lagnat ng anak ko, pinagkakatiwalaan ko lang, Biogesic for Kids.
Alagang Unilab yan.
Paracetamol is the generic name of Biogesic. If symptoms persist, consult your doctor.
Ganito ang tunog ng clogged nose. Pag sinabayan pa ng headache, hirap, di ba?
Kaya pag may clogged nose and headache, decongest with Decolgen Forte, the most powerful relief versus other Decolgen formulations. With maximum decongesting action versus PE-based medicines available OTC in the Philippines. Decolgen Forte.
Kahit itanong mo sa doktor.
Alagang Unilab yan.
Phenylpropanolamine, HCI, chlorphenamine, maleate, paracetamol is the generic name of Decolgen Forte. If symptoms persist, consult your doctor.
Mamadaming time sa lahat ng gusto nyo. Mamadaming time, Champion Detergent ang gamit ko. Champion na!
Sa Champion Quick Wash Technology, less time sa lavada, more time sa pamilya.
Looking for intense fresh breath? Choose Close-Up Red Hot. Or cool fresh breath bang hanap mo? Choose Close-Up Green Menthol. Mapa-intense fresh or cool fresh man ang hanap mo? Choose fresh. Choose Close-Up with regular use.
I'm moving closer to you.
Choose Close-Up.
Hi guys, I'm Maylen, your home improvement maven. And it's time to answer your essential design questions.
Hi Maylen, yung aesthetics ng bahay paano?
Lagyan mo ng Orocan Essentials Drawer, ang essential storage solution for home and beyond.
Akong family room.
Orocan Essentials Drawer, may ample storage for the whole family.
Yung kids room?
Orocan Essentials Drawer, dahil sa premium quality plastics, tatagal to.
Yung kitchen essentials din.
Hindi, gumamit ka ng polish. Lalabas ang ganda ng tiles mo. Then, lagyan mo ng Orocan Essentials Drawer.
Orocan, maayos ang buhay mo.
Bawat ano ay sumasaya. Ang sarap pag nagpresto ka. Tikang peanut butter filling yan. 45 with the vitamins pa. Ang yummy snack na hanap ko. Presto number 1 ito. Presto number 1 ito.
Presto, the number 1 cookie. Available nationwide. Buy now.
URC's calculation based in part on data reported by Nielsen IQ through its retail index service for the biscuits category for the 52-week period ending May 2024 for total Philippines.
Shop, play, and win at the SM Store 3-day sale. Apply for a PLDT fiber with no cash out. Cash in your Maya or get a discounted Smart or TNT load card for a minimum purchase of 500 pesos to get a chance to play and win up to 10,000 pesos worth of shopping money. Terms and conditions apply. The SM Store 3-day sale is supported by PLDT, Smart, and Maya.
Gatas ni baby? Check. Sabon pangligo? Check. Pero kulang na ang rekado pang luto at pamasahe pa uwi. Borrow as low as 100 pesos. Kaya palang humiram ng tingi-tingi. Sa G-Loan Sakto. Mag G-Loan Sakto sa GCash. Subject to eligibility. Terms and conditions apply. G-Loan Sakto is powered by Fuse Financing Incorporated. Fuse Financing Incorporated is supervised by the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas and regulated by the Securities and Exchange Commission. Kindly review the terms and conditions in the disclosure statement before proceeding with the loan transaction. GCash is supervised by the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas. www.bsp.gov.ph. Visit the GCash website or help center to know more.
Welcome back to Cool News at 6. I'm still here, yours truly, Stephen Awanig del Sol. And Duterte lawyers, before the ICC, were still working on the documents needed to support the petition they're going to file before the ICC to seek his interim release. So far, according to them, they're still working on it with complete documents to support. The former president had been detained in the ICC facility in The Hague, Netherlands, following his arrest in Manila in March this year for the charges of crime against humanity filed against him by the families of victims of his drug war. According to a human rights watchdog, the drug war claimed the lives of thousands of suspected drug war users. The suspected drug users and criminals during his administration. Duterte's lawyers, however, continued to question the ICC's jurisdiction over the case after Duterte cut off the country's membership in the international body in 2018. The ICC, however, cited a provision in the Rome Statute that allows them to try abusive regime within the period when the country was still a member. In Duterte's case, the ICC only investigated the cases of EJKs from 2011 when the country ratified the Rome Statute, hence took effect in the country, and 2019 when Duterte's move to cut off membership in the international body finally took effect. Earlier, 3 people, including a poll watcher, were killed and 2 others were wounded in a pre-dawn boat clash near Haji Muhammad Town Monday. One of the poll watchers included Masidul Kidong Abdul Rahman and supporters Samir Alil Jamiri and Ben Baghil were aboard a motorboat when Mayor candidate Jamar Mansour's convoy when attacked near Sangbay Big Island at around 1:45 a.m. Among the hospitalized were Haber and Zaldi Ali. Police Chief Major Nursaribar Mahadi said his seaborne patrol team engaged 8 armed men who refused to stop for inspection. He reported they suddenly opened fire, prompting our team to retaliate in a 5-minute firefight. Mansour's wife Hannah confirmed that the dead in the Basilan clash were her husband's supporters traveling from Dansalan. Mansour, who served as the mayor of Haji Muhammad from 2013 to 2019, and one of the 3 candidates escaped unharmed. And earlier, currently available right now on the ivolunteer.com.ph, as the PPCRV or the Parish Pastoral Council for Responsible Voting are now asking for volunteers to safeguard the audit of votes for the May 2025 elections. If you want to volunteer, the website is available at ivolunteer.com.ph. That is ivolunteer.com.ph. So far, they have two available ships for the. Actually, there's 4 available ships under the featured volunteer events. Their offices are located at the 2nd floor PLDT Sampaloc Office, Espana Corner, Macaraig, Sampaloc, Manila. That is 2nd floor PLDT Sampaloc Office, Espana Corner, Macaraig, Sampaloc, Manila. One of the available shifts are from May 14, 2025, that is tonight, 7 p.m. to 12 a.m. and 12 a.m. to 7 a.m. For another one in May 15 to May 16, that is 9 p.m. to 12 a.m. and the May 15 that is already in full capacity, and May 16, 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. May 16. That's let's keep it track with the open events so far. Let's see how. And we still have May 17, by the way, from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. respectively in España, and 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. shift. The last day would be 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. in May 17. Okay. Hold on. All right. Required that na tayo. I think I want to save my voice actually for tonight's coverage. we go ahead for entertainment news. We have to wrap up as much as possible, and with only almost 30 minutes before the May 12 polls close, the celebrities continue to step outside to cast their votes as they encourage their followers to do the same and exercise their right to suffrage. Among them is Ann Curtis Smith. She said, "Voting is our power to choose who leaders be, so please research and keep in mind those who truly have a heart for the country and people." Bianca Gonzalez emphasized, "Vote for candidates who have a platform and plan, a solid track record, and free from corruption." Charlene San Pedro earlier expressed her endorsements for the 2025 elections, and she also shared on her Instagram stories, "Gamitin ang utak sa pagboto, utang na loob." Ivana Alawi, together with their mother and brother, actress Bel Mariano, also proudly displayed her ink finger as she encouraged everyone to vote wisely. The celebrity couples Regine Velasquez and Olgi Alcácer, Juanco Trevino and Joyce Spring also braced the heat to cast their votes in their respective precincts. Megastar Sharon Cuneta also cast her vote with her husband, senatorial bet Francis Kiko Pangilinan in Silang, Cavite. The pair was also accompanied by family members, actress Maricel Laksa and her daughter Ella Pangilinan. I think that's all for tonight's Cool News at 6. We will still cover more news and headlines, and of course the live results. Abangan nyo yan, mga kaibigan. We will still have the live results later after the polls are closed. So anytime within the 7 p.m. Gap, we will keep you guys updated. Sino ang nangunguna? Sino ang papasok sa Magic 12? Sino ang mamumuno para sa sambayan ng Pilipino at para sa kinabukasan ng bawat kabataan at para sa bawat kalamaw? We will learn about these live results later as the special coverage continues here on Cool FM Manila, Cool FM Regional, News Radio 93.1, and here on Cool TV. From the station that cares for you, I'm from the headquarters of the TVH Group of Networks Incorporated in Pasig. I'm Stephen Imanag del Sol. The news continues. This is your station. This is home. This is the Elections 2025 special coverage in line with TJON's Decision 2025. Good night.